Okay. Yeah. First, for, not only Strato, I think for most of the DP project, we are with me two-side market, consumer side and the infrastructure provider side. So for us, it's user, business user, or individual user who uses storage, uses the services. The other side is miner side, right? So for Strato, it's the same thing. One thing, if the any consumer, business user or individual user, when they use the storage or when they use the Strato to send in the traffics, they need to pay for those tokens. And for the miner side and for the holder side, they will get the incentive. For the holder side, if they have tokens, they can stake in their token on Strato validators. As for miners, they contribute to their server with their bandwidth storage, and they will based on how many traffic they generate every 10 minutes, we will deliver the incentive token to them based on the contribution they did. So yeah, this is the way. But meanwhile, we also depend on the miners, the node chip. If their manual node is very performance good, bandwidth good, and the latency is good, probably they will generate more traffic than the others. But if the miner's node is not stable because the power off, because any other issues, the node is down, probably there's some of the token reward will be slashed. I mean, there is a big fine. So because the data saved to the data saved to their node could be gone, so they need their slash token actually is pay for all the relevant data will be moved from his own node to the other's node. That will generate some cost, and that node will pay for that cost. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And many a times, like, so how do you handle slashing actually? Is it
It's
through a governance or?
no, it's not governance. Actually, the slash is he will pay. For example, your node is stored, for example, 5 TB data, and transfer this 5 TB data to the other node will cost 10 tokens. So when you are done, we will slash you 10 tokens to pay for that cost
Got you.
transporting fee. That's it.
Awesome. Alex wants to go next. I was speaking to one of the most influential person in the space, and what he once said to me that tokenomics is like you are playing the role of the central bank. It's not easy because you got to manage a lot of things, and of course you cannot foresee the future. But on top of that, because crypto is a small space and it anything can change within a space of 1 year, right? Everything can go haywire and you got to get ready to immediately come to the table and do the modifications. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I understand. And for weather exam kind of project, what happens is you know that there are a lot of people who are contributing data, so it need to be flexible somewhere. Maybe at some point of time it will be even divided by region or divided by how what kind of data, whether they really are sellable or not. Those factors will keep coming, right? And so once that happens, the tokenomics has to be complex because it cannot be same reward for all. Maybe like just to simplify or oversimplify this, maybe in one of the project the reward is more. For example, if we implement something for the micro weather data, the company is going to pay us more. Why? Because that's very crucial for their success, right? That may not be that crucial for a very generic weather data, right? So thus, whoever is giving the station there has to earn a little bit more than someone else. I'm just assuming, right? So these kind of tokenomics need to be also be flexible to be catered. Ben, what's your thought?
Yeah, for my side, actually, I'm share the same idea that Steve and that I think will be very hard decision to change the tokenomics because it's kind of fair unfair for some previous user and new users and previous miner and new miners. So from my perspective, actually, we will keep the same tokenomics, the same incentive. But like Stratos, actually, right now we try our best to attract the Web2 user and Web2 business enterprise users. So if we do that, probably we can gain some fiat income, not only tokens. If we can get some, for example, we get some fiat income from the Web2 companies, probably we will use that income to buy back some token. And in the end, those tokens will back to our miners and to our holders. So without changing the tokenomic, so actual income will be back to the communities. That's the way we plan to do.
Only change is constant, right? So when you look at that aspect, that if you think that uh, that every project should follow Bitcoin, then you cannot be flexible enough, and then the project goes down the drain, right? So yeah, what do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I think it's it's hard. For tokenomics, right now we don't have line to change anything about that. We will continue with that, and we just want to add more value to the business because for the crypto, for the DPs, each of the DP project they have their own token because your unique token is for your unique utility. If all the token utility is the same, actually we don't need so many tokens. Maybe actually today all our project is just using USDT or USDC. Like the real world reality, everyone uses credit card, the same thing. That's the difference between the crypto world and the reality world. So it's hard. So we don't have plan to change tokenomics.
Hmm.
You know,
Talking
and
about, yeah,
I was going to say
sorry, go
one
ahead.
one thing. No one ever really calls for a change in tokenomics when the price is going up. You know,
Yeah, not change,
so,
improve something.
so
It's hard because when you plan the tokenomics, all the calculation you have done is with your white paper, and small all the small details actually already be printed, right? So if you change a little bit, you never know. Maybe some other parts will have problem.
Ben?
Yeah, from my side, actually, recently we talked to some enterprise, the Web2 companies, and we actually will be challenged for by some regulations like GDPR in Europe. And by the way,
yeah.
I'm located in Canada. I'm based in Montreal. So, yeah, like Gavin, we're in.
But by the way, jets
Yeah.
are better than
So
haps,
when I
just
talked to
for
some big
everybody out there.
company like real mining company and a financial company, they said, "Oh, looks good. Your storage looks good, and the price is perfect. But the first regulation and all the data we want to save here must be in Canada. It's me. The blockchain, the decentralized network is borderless. But when they want to choose the node, they must select, regionally, right? So that will be challenge. Probably something we could do, but when we do it, it's not purely decentralized network anymore. So you will add a lot of code and control by people to distribute the file, how to read the file. That's one challenge. The other challenge we actually we met and we try to do is really want to have the massive adoption from the enterprise and the users. So right now we worry about for the Web2 user. Actually, the big big challenge for them is convince them to using the wallet, to create the wallet. It's hard. So right now we try to integrate the easy way. Any user, they don't need to integrate. They don't need to know the Strato tokens, and this happen in the back of the screen. And but they can feel comfortable directly using it. They don't need to the storage. They don't need to know the wallet. They don't need to how to hold the Strato tokens. but they can feel free to open the web page to use it. We just want to get their actions when they feel this is interesting and let them feel there's no KYC, there no censorship. When they feel this makes them more comfortable, maybe they will pay more attention on cryptos and we give them time to educate them, then probably they can join the Web3 world later. I mean, we need to take longer time to educate the Web2 people. How can they get into the Web3 people to Web3 world?